Two new cases of the Omicron variant confirmed today in the United States. One in a person from Colorado.
Another in a man from Minnesota who traveled to New York City in mid-November for a convention. New York's governor spoke about it today.
We understand that this individual, while they were vaccinated, they have very mild symptoms, and in fact, those symptoms have already resolved. That is good news.
All right, so here to answer your questions tonight is Dr. Kristen Moffatt, an infectious disease specialist at Boston Children's Hospital. Dr. Moffatt, good to see you. Thanks for your time.
Hi, good to see you too.
So what do we know and what are we still waiting to find out? I would imagine it's a lot we're still waiting to find out about how the Omicron variant affects or might affect children.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Ben. I mean, there's a lot we don't know about how Omicron affects children. There's a lot clearly we don't know yet about Omicron in general. Early on from South Africa, there were reports that they were seeing increased numbers of very young children, children under 2 even, hospitalized in the region around where the Omicron variant was first identified and around the time that it was first identified. But we don't even know yet if these hospitalizations were due to the Omicron variant or not. So I think it's really too soon to be able to draw any conclusions, frankly, about Omicron in children. We should have a lot more information around this, though, in the next week or two.
Okay, and we know that we're seeing a big surge in pediatric COVID cases. How have these played out in terms of breakthrough infections or in even unvaccinated?
Yeah, no, it's a great question. I think what we need to remember, though, is that, frankly, any case that's occurring in someone under the age of 12 is occurring in essentially an unvaccinated individual. Because the 5 to 11-year-olds have only been eligible for the vaccine for a few weeks, even if they've started the vaccine series, they still would not be considered fully vaccinated yet. And in Massachusetts, we're at about 31% of 5 to 11-year-olds now who have started the vaccine series. That is increased over the national rates at about 17% of 5 to 11-year-olds that have started the series. But again, they are unlikely to have had that second dose yet and to have to be considered fully vaccinated. I think in terms of older children, I have not yet seen a breakdown of whether the cases in 12 to 17-year-olds, for example, are occurring more often in vaccinated or in unvaccinated children. But in general, the cases still are, for the most part, remaining relatively mild. And that has been especially true in the fully vaccinated adolescents.
So we're closing in on 2 years now that a lot of us have been engaging in these preventative measures, the masking, in some cases distancing, of course, hand hygiene is still important. How would you encourage parents and what would you tell parents about how they can help their children continue to practice, some of these preventative measures if they might see adults that are not practicing all of them?
Yeah, it's certainly getting harder, both as time goes on. We're all getting fatigued with all things COVID and certainly with so many of these protective measures. And it's really hard as kids are seeing really variable approaches that people are taking. I think, therefore, it starts with role modeling what it is that you would be encouraging your own children to do in terms of taking these protective measures. I think beyond that, too, especially for younger children, it's important to keep reminding them why these measures are important in the first place. And to do so in terms that aren't scary or anxiety provoking, but that are in terms that really remind them of the benefits of keeping ourselves healthy, of keeping the people in our household healthy, of keeping the friends that we are hopefully going to be able to continue to spend time with healthy, and framing it that way so that they can understand in non-scary terms the importance of really keeping these measures up.
All right, Dr. Kristen Moffatt, we appreciate your time and your insight. Thank you so much.